Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We're excited to have another webinar today. We are going to talk about eDirectory's mapping and location features. So it should be a good webinar. Thanks for joining us. With us today, we have Gabriel and Larissa from our marketing team. Hi, guys. And I'm James. I'm the founder of the company. How you guys doing?
Hi
He-
everyone for
Hello,
joining.
hello everybody.
And just some logistics, I guess, before we get started. We will be recording the webinar and posting it to eDirectory.com in the blog section within 24 hours. So if you want to check back and review or forward the webinar to somebody else, you can go there to eDirectory.com in the blog section. Also, during the webinar, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them into the chat and we will stop periodically to answer them, as well as we'll have more time at the end of the webinar to talk about this topic or anything else. And we have a couple more webinars upcoming. We do these every other Wednesday. So on April 2nd, we will have a webinar on the eDirectory banner ad system, showing how it works and also some tips on generating revenue with it. And on April 16th, we're going to talk about setting up automated email campaigns for the directory. And you can register for those on eDirectory.com/webinars. For anybody new here, just a very quick background on the eDirectory product. This is the product that we sell. It is a system to build directory style sites and apps, listing style sites. It's used for all sorts of industries and purposes, anything from local guides, lead generation directories, niche industry directories, all sorts of things. It is highly customizable without doing any coding. There is an admin section, a widget-based admin section where you can, configure different widgets, move things around, change the colors and fonts and all that sort of stuff to make it match your brand. Also, we have native integrated mobile apps, iPhone and Android apps that you can submit to your own store account. It is SEO optimized and source code is available. Also, we have another number of integrated AI features to help you build the content as well. So if you want to learn more, visit eDirectory.com to schedule a private demo with an account exec. We can talk about how it might fit for your needs. And then a new item here is we actually have a new tool that we're using to get ideas on the product and some feedback. So you can see this at eDirectory.com, ideas.edirectory.com. And you can put in feature suggestions as well as see the change log. And there's a link to our support center as well. And I think at this point, I'll turn it over to Gabriel to start the discussion on our mapping features.
All right. Thank you, James. Hello, everybody. So welcome again, everyone. So we will dive deep in one of the most important parts for any directory website, which is the mapping system. So these are the topics we're going to talk about today. Just a little introduction on how maps work inside the directory, some configuration on what you can do, location-based search filters, and also we will talk about our plugins for maps that you can integrate to your website to make it even smarter. So starting, first of all, let's start with some data to show why maps are essential for any kind of directory website. So according to brightlocal.com, a big portal, 80% of users expect to see a map when you're searching for local results or services. So maps help users to make faster decisions because you can see a listing or an event that's going on or that is near you. You can a user can easily click and see information about it. So it's very quick and very reliable. Websites with interactive maps, they see a 30% higher engagement rate where users explore more listings and spend more time on the site. Listings with maps also see 20 to 30% higher conversion rates. So because, again, users can easily see how close the businesses or services are, or reducing friction and helping on decision making. So just gathering this data to show that maps are a vital part of any kind of directory. It doesn't matter what your niche or industry is. So you must take the best advantage possible. And today we will show you how a directory can help you on setting up your maps and your listings and your configuration and your categories as well. So starting from the beginning, I will show you on the inside the dashboard later on. We'll have a quick demonstration on how to find these settings for the maps. But just to start, we gotta enable actually the location from your users. So again, when your user is sitting on a computer or a laptop and they're using a web browser, usually you will see a window like this. They will see this asking if your website can have their location. They can of course allow or never allow it, and so you have a few options here. We mentioned that if your user is only based on location by the web browser, it will use your IP address to determine some kind of approximation of where they are. It's never really accurate. So that could lead to some misinterpretation and showing, for example, listings that are further away, or not showing listings that might be closer to the user. Whereas when you use the mobile app, it will use the GPS on your phone, which is a much more advanced technology to pinpoint the user location with more accuracy throughout the map, and therefore serving much more accurate and precise listings, deals, recommendations, and etc. Okay, just have that in mind. And the way that we can do this, you can set, for example, right here, we have an option where you can enable the visitor location detection and location, and enable the user's location for this site. And also you can enable the nearby results, where you can set a default radius. For example, I want to show the results when someone is searching for any kind of service on my directory for a number of miles in a radius. So that will circulate what are the businesses or services that are available within that range. So it's pretty simple and straightforward to set up. And this would be the result when you do a search, when you're looking for when a user is looking for something inside your directory, you are probably used on seeing these pages. These are the search result pages that we have in a directory. So these are the interactions that you can have with the map. So this first here would be the listing inside the listing map. It's pretty straightforward, very simple. If you have any questions
Gabriel,
about it.
one thing I wanted to add, Gabriel, was Google Maps does these days require you to put in a credit card
Yes.
to gain access to the API. But typically, unless you have a very high number of monthly visits, they're not actually going to charge anything. They do charge if you have very, very high traffic, but it's certainly more than tens and tens of thousands of visits a month, I think, typically. So most of our customers don't have a Maps bill, but they still do require you to put in a credit card.
Yes, that's right. So you have to put it there, even though you're probably not be charged any money for that. And that once the user, fills in the fields for the address, it will show as pretty accurate pinpoint showing where the listing is located. So it's pretty straightforward. And we have these options here. These are actually for the search results page that we have on the directory. Let's say you're looking for pizza in Miami, or I don't know, some kind of like a pub or a bar, and you will see these results right there, right here, where you can toggle the filter to filter by distance, so you can see that how it works. So it will show the users, let's say, when you set up the radius for search to show the nearby listings, this is what the user will see. So it's pretty accurate, pretty straightforward, very easy to use. And you can also toggle the vision, the display of the listings by map, and you will see the map with how many listings you will have on that category appearing for the region. Okay, so that's a pretty comprehensive way for the users to locate content inside your directory website. And this would be to work with the app. So as James mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, the directory comes with a native app builder where you can transform your online, let's say the web browser version of your directory into a native iPhone or Android app. And that also takes advantage of the GPS on your phone. And we'll work in the same way. So you just need to allow a directory to use your location. And it will show the nearby results from where the user is at the moment. And you can search for location as well. For example, here you can search for, I don't know, flowers or decoration. And then it will use your current location to draw a circle showing you where are the closest listings to you, okay? And for the search results page, that would be this one, it works on the same way. It will show you the closest business that you have for the search that you've made on a directory. So again, this is automatic. Once you set up that on your browser, on your dashboard, it will then reflect for the app as well. So that's automatic. You don't have to do anything for that. And now we will talk a little bit about our plugins. So we actually offer 2 plugins here that are pretty strong to, if you are planning to use a map-based directory, this could be something that you could have to consider. So first of all, you can use, for example, a widget called the tailored map, where you can show on your homepage a location. For example, you can set up a box inside your homepage where users can browse by location. I will show you on our demo site a little later on. And there you will see all the listings. And also you can create, for example, custom pins for your categories. Let's say, okay, I have a branding on my website and I want to make the custom pinpoints for my maps. You can do that with these plugins. So you can match your brand identity, your colors, or your icon. If you have like a custom icon or custom logo, you can use that to pinpoint, for example, food businesses, flowers and gifts, auto, travel, fitness and beauty. So you can actually use these custom icons. We will actually give you a few icons of that. Just ask Larissa on how to get those. I will show you how they look like in a moment. Just a little freebie for you guys that are together with us today. And also, I will show you how you can set up for the colors and the zoom and how it works. So yeah, so this would be a zoom in version. Actually a zoom view from Miami here. So we have this bunch of listings around the city. And this would be like what I've mentioned for, this would be the presents and the gifts and flowers categories. This would be, for example, the travel agencies categories as well. So you can customize this, and we will give you a few icons so you can get started on yours. And so yeah, it's pretty simple to use. I will show you how to do this, but the map feature, you can select, for example, how many times zoom you want. This is 12, so you can see. So let's say you put like 6, so you will have like a further distance view, probably to see, you would see much more land here, okay? And then the central latitude and the central longitude, this you can get on Google. I just typed, for example, the Miami latitude and longitude. It gave me these numbers. I just copy and pasted here on the plugin, inside the plugin fields, and just saved, and it will show on your page, on the front end of your website, super easy as well to set up. Okay.
Gabriel, we had a question just come in that I think it may be good to answer when you're looking at that map view from William Trevor. What if all of your listings are within a state, town, city, county? So what you can do actually with these plugins is there's a configuration for the zoom so that it'll automatically sort of zoom in and show sort of a relevant thing instead of being way zoomed out where you know, like a global zoom, it'll automatically kind of, you know, when somebody first goes there, show. Also, Google Maps takes the pins that are in the query and then adjusts the zoom accordingly. So if all of your pins are located closely together, it'll by default show a view that's close together. Whereas if they're more of a nationwide directory, it'll pull out the zoom initially. I hope that answers it.
Yes, I mean, as soon as you start zooming in, you will see that the listings start to spread out. So it will be much easier for you to see. If you zoom out, they will condense, and then you will see like a blue bubble with a big number inside, saying that, hey, we have like 100 listings inside this circle. And then as you zoom in, you will see them spread out. And again, these are the icons that I've talked about. Larissa prepared them. So if you want them, just give her a shout out, especially for you guys that are here together with us.
And you can
And
create your own as well.
you
Right?
can
Just
create your own, of course. A tip would be you can go to flaticon.com. It's a website that generates all kinds of icons that you can imagine. So you can, for example, take one icon for each of categories of your website that you have. It doesn't matter. You will find the ideal icon for your category, okay? And I will show you right now, so a little demo on how to do this. Options inside the dashboard. So yes, I'm at my homepage for my dashboard here. So first things first, let's go to settings, Google integrations. Here is where you're going to copy and paste the Google Maps key API. Okay, so go to Google Maps first, register your account there, go back here and paste your Google Maps key, and then just check the enable Google Maps and save it. So now your directory will be able to determine, to provide the map instructions for the users. Another setting that we have to check would be inside the general settings. You will see, oh, sorry. Let's go first to language and geography. So yes, right. So we have the locations. You can select your time zone depending on where you're at. And here is the visitor location detection and nearby results. So we checked everything here. So that means that my directory will every time will ask for a new user. Hey, would you allow my directory website to check your location? Again, since you are using a web browser, that won't be that accurate, that precise. It would just be an approximation of where the user are. And also you can enable the nearby results here. Ours is set for 80 miles. You can, I don't know, if you're living in a crowded city with, I mean, a lot of inhabitants, you can, I don't know, maybe choose 5 and that's it. You can save it. And this will allow the results to show us every time a user is making a search on your website. The closest listing will always appear when you check this, okay? And talking about the plugins now, every time that you get a plugin, you go to general settings. I know that some of you may know this already, but if you don't, your plugin configuration will be here inside general settings. You have a tab called plugins. So the first one would be the map. So I will show you what this does. So a show map color coded by density of listings. That meaning that the darker the color, more dense in listings is the region. And then you can select the view, for example, for a country or for the world or for continents, for example. We chose country because, of course, all of our listings are located in the United States here. So that's why we chose this setting right here. Again, you can choose a color so you can match your brand identity. And when you scroll down, you will see the next map settings for the plugin. That would be the tailored placement settings. I will show you how to apply this to the website. Here you can choose the map zoom and you can choose the latitude and the longitude. So this will determine the view exactly of the city or the state that you're looking at on your website. Looking from the front, it will look like this. So this is our demo website. We have a lot of listings here. just for the city of Miami. So it's a local site. So here is the tailor the custom map that we have. So you can see, for example, how many listings we have in Florida, or in Texas, or in California. And also you can zoom in and out. For example, and if you click here, you will see only the listings for Florida in this case. Yeah, so everything to do with Florida will be gathered together here by location. Okay, so I'm taking all the categories that I have on my website will show up here. So that's the functionality of this plugin. So let's go back to the home page and I will show you the tailored map, which is another way that your users can see content, which is this one. So I will show you how to insert this widget here. It's super easy, just drag and drop. But yeah, so it's an interactive map. I can click whatever I want here. For example, okay, I have 16 listings here, so it's a very crowded place. Let's say I want to see more detail. I can just zoom in, and you will see that like the question that we had, we have a bunch of listings that are all together in a tight space. You can just start zooming again, and you will see all of them split here, scattered around the city. So yeah, so you have that level of detail for users where they can navigate through locations. And again, maps, when they are these are all provided by Google Maps. So this is a Google Maps map. That's why we have the integration. And also you have the custom, you see the custom icons for the categories here. I will show you how to do this right now. So going back to my site manager, I want to first to add the map. I would go to the editor, page editor, inside the design tab. Since I'm working on the home page, let's edit it. And again, if you're not familiar, this is the visual editor for a directory where it works is a widget based where you can just drag and add blocks. For example, the browse by map is a widget, which is a plugin. And also you have the tailored map, which is also the plugin that we were talking about. The way this works is you just press right in between the two widgets here. You will see the plus signal. Click the plus sign, and you will see all the available widgets that we have for a directory. So tailored map would be right here. You just click this. It will automatically appear here, and that's it. You just need to save it, and you can visit the website to see the results. So you should get something like around these lines right here, okay? And how do you set up, for example, the icons for the categories? Let's say you got the custom icons and you want to apply this for inside your categories. So you go to, again, let's go to content this time, listings. And inside the listings, you have the categories. Let's say auto dealers. Let's see if we have one icon here. So I'll click the edit button, advanced options, and here we are. So this icon would appear, will appear in a map every time a user is scrolling through the map or navigating it. And if they see a icon like this would be our car and automotive icon. So yes, so this is where you change these icons here, okay? You can do this for every category. And yeah, and these just to close the presentation here. So we will offer a discount if you are interested in buying these plugins to make your directory smarter. We will of course get in touch with us. We will send you to our sales specialist, Daniel Storm. You can talk to him and he will give you a discount, right? For these plugins. So we have the Google Maps Tailor and the Browse by Map. So these are the plugins that we showed on our website, like this one, and also this one right here. James, I think that's it for the presentation. I think we
Okay,
can
great.
go to
Yeah.
the questions right now.
Yeah, we'll open it up to questions. If anybody has any questions, just drop them in the chat. So I think we answered Williams, and I know Larissa answered a couple of these, but I'll just run down them. Kim Ford asked, can this mapping distinguish from a local restaurant as compared to a national chain? Does the listing of McDonald's, which can't list every location, have Google Maps automatically pull the nearest location? Yeah, so basically when you search, you typically search for a location plus whatever, like a McDonald's. I think what you may want to do here is we have a related listings option, where if they're all part of the same chain, they could potentially come up in the search result. And then the McDonald's can have its own little McDonald's icon logo as well that would help people see that on the map view. But each location is actually a separate entry, a separate listing in the database. So I hope that clears it up. But if there's any more confusion or question, we can certainly have an account exec sort of walk through how it works with you on that. Let's see. Next question. On one of the slides, the Miami map uh, had many pins. I see 10 in my site. Why the difference? This is a different map option. So the numbers are like if you have a bunch of listings that are in a very close proximity, instead of putting 10 pins on top of each other, it puts it, one pin with the number 10. And then as you zoom in the map, those will spread out and it may show a reduced number. Sometimes you have multiple businesses in the same actual building. And then those pins actually will always stay on top of each other until you kind of click on them, and then you can see the names on the grid list for that. So I hope that explains the numbers there. Let's see. Next question. Can we replace the tailored map with the standard one at the top right of the category pages? I think we have the normal map in the site. The tailored map is actually a separate add-in. So if you don't want to use that, you can just use the other one. And I think if you see something you can't do with the widgets, just reach out to us and our support team can either show you how to place it correctly, or if it's something that can't be done, potentially we can get you a quote on customizing it. But many of these things can be done right through the widget editor. Next question. Can I do the plugin on my own? If you, so the plugins do have an extra cost, and if you reach out to us, you can order them and then you can configure it all yourself, of course. Can we add a denied, declined, or not approved in the base code at the change status option? This is at the site manager level, basic information. Currently, it has drop downs for pending, active, and suspended. That would probably be something that we would need to customize, Warren, in terms of if you want to add a separate status there. Many people would just leave that as a suspended, but I can understand, potentially why you would want to do that. Reach out to our team and we can see what's involved. That sounds like it's very easy to add, just another status case there for that. Next question. Would love to see the tailored map replace all the instances of the standard out of the box limited map. Yeah, noted. We're continuing to work on the base code, and we expect to have improvements on the mapping and lots of other stuff coming. So we'll note that, William, for that. And yeah, if anybody has any more questions, do you have any more comments, Gabriel or Larissa?
No, we
And
have the survey at the end
yeah.
here. That's it.
Oh, go ahead, Gabriel.
No, yes, we'll have a survey after we finish the webinar. Your browser will pop up a survey so you can help us on creating more content that is relevant for you.
Yeah, so survey popping up, and if you can give us some feedback on the webinar, we're trying to make these better each week. So, okay, well, great. If there aren't any more questions, then just wanted to say thanks for joining us today. And we'll have another webinar in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.